Cerberus narrations. Because who needs sleep anyway?
So this one is pretty recent, honestly. It's happened about a month after I had started my first job at a grocery store. My main job was to be a cashier. However, I was often told to restock, clean, make some back runs, and things like that. Lately, I had been cancelling my day shifts as I was a senior in school and had lots of assessments to do, so the manager decided to put me up for night shifts. Now, since I was the oldest teenage cashier there, they would often put me up for closing shift along with about 3 others, who were all aged well above 20. I was fine with this, as the store was much quieter at night, and it was relaxing honestly. However, one night changed my whole opinion on that. It was a Sunday, and I had started my shift at about 5 PM, with my finishing time set at 10 PM. Between 5 and 6 we had a big rush of sudden customers, so I was flogged with customer after customer. I was the only employee minding the registers, and was placed at the end of the store near the cold produce. Most of the customers were in a general rush and barely looked at me. The last customer, however, did the complete opposite. He had brown eyes and dirty blonde hair, and was pretty tall, leaning looking. Earlier I had noticed him down the aisle right next to me, staring at me as I served a customer. I suppose he thought I wouldn't notice him out of the corner of my eye. Anyhow, I wrote it off as him maybe having some kind of anxiety disorder or something. When he came up to the register, I repeated the same sentence I had to say to every customer. "Hello, how are you tonight? Would you like a bag?" Most people would answer the question, but no, not him. Instead, he smiled at me weirdly and replied, "You have such a soft voice." This embarrassed me, as I was often told I talked too quietly and people couldn't hear me. So, I smiled awkwardly, apologized, and asked again if he wanted a bag. He nodded, and I turned around, bent down, and reached for my last bag, which was stuffed right at the back of the tiny little holder by the register. When I turned back round, the man was leaning slightly over the counter, with his chest pointed downwards as if he was looking for something. I paused, as we both made eye contact. His smile now slightly faded. I asked him very harshly, "Have you dropped something?" as I was pretty certain I knew what he was trying to see, and he shook his head quietly, taking a step back from the register. I finished serving him, and watched him leave before telling my team manager what had happened. He listened silently, and told me he was a usual customer, and was probably just a weirdo. After that, I sort of pushed the memory aside as I had a lot to do still. Once I had finished my shift and helped turn off all the register lights and clean up, I checked out the employee room, grabbed my bag, and made my way to the back exit that led into the back alley. I hated leaving through this way alone, as it was pretty creepy, but my co-workers asked was it okay to leave the last of the cleaning to me, so I agreed, eager to make a good impression on them. Thus, I was the last person to leave, other than the night stalkers. I walked down the alley for a bit, before slowing when I noticed a man smoking near a back door to one of the other stores. I was raised to be wary, but also not afraid, so I continued to walk while staring at him. As I got closer, I identified the same man who had acted strangely earlier. With no other way to go, I decided to just walk past as fast as I could. As I walked past him, he lifted his head and smiled at me once again. I didn't smile back. Now past him, I quickened my pace, and with good reason. The man had begun to follow me. On one occasion I glanced back at him, only to be met with another smile and a wink. Too afraid to run, I decided to pick up my phone and pretend to be calling someone, hoping it would turn him off. But it didn't. The man continued to follow me, and I started to panic. I contemplated calling the police, but concluded that if he heard me he would immediately attack me, and I'd be dead, or worse, before they even arrived. To my luck, however, as I rounded the next corner I spotted 2 men, They had just finished their shift at our neighbourhood grocer. Once I was near them, I stopped, turned around and confronted the man. I told him that if he didn't go away I would call the police, and that I had told my co-workers all about him. This grabbed the attention of the other two men, who started to walk towards me and the man. The man stopped as he noticed the two other men, and his smile quickly faded again. He turned around and without a word, began stalking back down the alley. The two men began asking me if I was alright, and after a short explanation and a lift home, I decided to call my manager the next day and report it. Needless to say, that man is now on our banned list. Hey guys, thanks for watching my horror narration video. If you like my horror narrations and want to see even more content from me, please know you can support me through Patreon, PayPal, Bitbacker, as well as head on over to my Teespring store and browse my Cerberus cult merchandise, such as t-shirts, socks, stickers, hoodies, you name it, we got it. Head on over and check it out guys. Also, please be sure to head on over to BitChute and subscribe to me there. This is just in case something happens to my YouTube channel. And of course you can also follow me on Twitter, where you'll get updates and notifications for when a new video comes out from me. You can find all these things I've mentioned in every video description, on my main YouTube channel, and of course on my BitChute channel. Take care guys, bye.